Hello everyone and welcome to another WorksheetCloud Grade 2 English lesson with me, Mrs. Greenwood. I hope that you're going to enjoy our lesson today. If you have any questions after the lesson, please feel free to ask Mom or Dad to send an email to grade2@worksheetcloud.com. But for now, let's get started with our new lesson. I hope that you're ready. I'm going to need your help today because we are on the search for some silent letters. Let's see. Our silent letters are hiding away from us and I need your help to find them today. So, are you ready? Are you going to help me to be an explorer today? Let's have a look for a few silent letters. Oh, can you see one? Oh, it looks as though it's disappeared into the bushes. But I see a silent K. Oh, let's look for another one. Oh, a silent W, a W. A silent L or a L. B or a B. I think we found the four that I was looking for today. Let's carry on. Shh. Be very quiet because these letters are our silent letters. Sometimes we have words in English that have silent letters in them. They're in the word. We can see them, but we don't say their names. And you know what? Sometimes that really makes it confusing when you are trying to write the word. So we're going to do a lesson today to help you to remember some of these words. It definitely does make it difficult for us to remember how to spell them. But hopefully after today, you're going to remember how to spell all these silent letter words. Remember, there was a B. Can you see the B? Oh, there it is. There was a K, silent K. That's right, or a K. There was a silent W or a W. There is a silent L. Now have a look, you can hardly see it, but it's there. These four letters, B, K, W, and L, are going to be in a few of the words that we learned today. Let's have a look. The first one we're going to do is the silent K, the silent K, the kicking K. Some children like to call it the kicking K sounds. But these ones are silent. They don't say a word. I don't even know why they are in the words. But they're there, and you have to remember that they are in the words. A silent K and a silent G are found before an N. Sometimes you get a silent G as well. But today we're going to be concentrating on the silent K. And it's found before and N. Before means in front of. Let's just look at two words that have the silent G in it as well. Although those aren't two that we are doing today. Gnome. See, it's got a G in front of the N. And when we say the word gnome, doesn't sound like it's got a G. When we say the word gnat, it's got a silent G in front of it. A gnat is like a type of fly. And it just sounds like gnat, but it's got a silent G in front of it. Now the two that I want you to concentrate on are knee. It's got a silent K in front of knee. And knife. So the silent K comes in front of a N in some words. Not all words. That's why I say it gets pretty confusing. but in front of knee and knife. We'll have a look for a few more. Knee. There's the word knee. I knocked my knee on the table. Ouch! It was very sore. So remember that the word knee has a silent K in it. And I always tell my children, try and make up little silly sentences just to remind you how to spell words. Like you could almost say, Kurt knocked his knee. And Kurt starts with a capital K. So you would remember then that knee has the silent K in it. Kurt knocked his knee. And as soon as you remember Kurt, you're going to remember about his knee. Let's make a few more silly sentences about Kurt. Knock. Please knock on the door before you enter. Let's make a silly sentence about Kurt. Kurt always knocks 3 times on a door. See, a silly sentence helps you to remember the word knock. So knock has got a silent K. What was the one that we said first? Knee. Kurt hurt his knee. Knit. That's got a silent K in as well. It sounds just like it's n-it. Knit. But it has a silent K in front of the n. Let's read this sentence. Grandma is going to knit a blanket. But to remind us, let's think of a silly sentence about Kurt. Kurt likes to knit wonderful scarves for all his friends. So can you imagine Kurt sitting knitting long scarves for all of his friends? So the word knit has got a silent K in. Know. This is the one where you know something is going to happen. You know the answer to this question. That's right, you put up your hand in class if you know the question. Kurt always knows all the answers. So perhaps this could be Kurt sitting here. And Kurt knows all the answers to the question. So silent K is in front of the word know. Knew. Almost the same as know, but it's got the E in it. So you knew the answer to that question, and Kurt knew the answer to that question as well. There's Kurt with his hand up. So remember, silent K in the front of N. Knife we've spoken about before. Let's think of a sentence with Kurt in it. Kurt put the knife down next to the butter. Kurt enjoys putting butter on his bread, so that's why he put the knife next to the butter. So knife has got a silent K in it. Let's be on the lookout for another silent letter. Ooh, we're going to be doing the silent W, the silent W, and there it is over there. And the silent W often goes before a R. Before means in front of. Let's have a look at a few words and the pictures. The first one is a wrapper. You sometimes buy sweets and they all have wrappers on them. There's another one. He is going to wrestle. Wrestle. Here we have our wrist. And the last one, sometimes if you walk along the beach, you see a ship wreck. That's right, the wreck. So let's look. We've got wrapper, wrestle, wrist, and wreck. And it doesn't even sound as if the W is in the word. But unfortunately, you just have to remember. And as I say, make up a silly sentence to help you to remember that these words have got the W in front of it. Maybe you can think of a story about Wilbur or William. Think of a person's name that starts with a W. And then make up silly sentences about, let's say, William ate the sweet with the wrapper on. How silly would that be? And wrestle. William likes to wrestle with all the people in his family, even with Granny. How funny would that be? Imagine William wrestling with Granny on the ground. Wrist. William has 2 wrists. William, I'm sure you can think of a funny sentence that goes with wrist. And wreck. William explored the shipwreck. Wrong. Let's look at a few more silent w words. Wrong. It doesn't sound as if it should be there, because it just sounds like wrong. But silent W is there. Car drove down the wrong street. And if you got your answer wrong, think of a sentence with William. Perhaps William always gets his bonds of 10 wrong. Right. It's got a silent W in. Let's read the sentence. We are going to write a story. And I'm sure you write many stories. Perhaps William loves to write stories every day at school. So think of William writing a story. And when you do writing in class, remember you write it with a capital W. If it's a heading, you write writing, I-N-G at the end. Wrote. My sister wrote an interesting poem. There we go. There is my sister who wrote an interesting poem. Wrap, almost like the wrapper. You're going to wrap up. Perhaps you have a hamburger that's left over from the night before, and then you wrap it up to take to school. William likes to wrap up his sandwiches in cling film or in tin foil, perhaps. You wrap up something. I wrap the blanket around my shoulders because I am cold. So when you wrap something around you, it has the silent W. Wrist, we spoke about wrist. I wear a watch on my left wrist. Wrist, with a silent W. And wrinkle. Oh, mummies don't like to hear about wrinkles. There is a wrinkle in the blanket. Have a look at that. There is a wrinkle in the blanket. Now let's be on the lookout for the silent B. Oh, can you see it anywhere? Oh, I'm looking. Can you see? Oh, there it is. The silent B. Let's have a look at a few words with a silent B. Oh, a silent B comes after a M and sometimes before a T. Oh, what do you think this one is? Can you guess? Sheep? No. Almost. What's a baby sheep called? A lamb. That's right, lamb. And it's got a silent B at the end. Thumb. Your thumb has got a silent B at the end. You can't hear it, but it's there. Oh, look at this. Remember, a B, a silent B comes after a M or before a T. What do you think this one's going to be? Who got this one right? Bomb! Well done. Very good. B, M, B. And the last one, that's a word you might not have heard of. It's called debt. Okay, so it sounds like de-et, but it's got a B in the middle. And children, sometimes you just have to learn how to spell these words when there are no rules. Let's go through these. Lamb, lamb, with our silent B at the end. Our sentence says, Mary had a little lamb. Crumb. Oh, I'm sure you enjoy eating cookies and then you leave lots of crumbs lying around. I messed a cookie crumb on my shirt. Crumb with a silent B. Climb. That also has a silent B in it. There you see he's going to climb up the mountain. My family will climb Table Mountain next week. Climb has a silent B. Thumb, we've done already. thumb has a silent B, he accidentally hit his thumb with the hammer. Thumb. Bum. We had that one. You got it right. B-A-M-B. The policeman stopped the bomb from exploding. And let's have a look for our silent L. Can you see it anywhere? And let's have a look at some silent L words. Silent L follows the vowels A, R, and A. Let's have a look. This is a baby calf. And it said here, a silent L follows the vowels A, R, and A. So it's after an A, calf. This one is salmon. We like to eat salmon in our sushi. Salmon's got a silent L in it. Chalk has also got a silent L, but it does have a silent L in. And the last one we're looking at here is yolk, the yolk of an egg. It's got a silent L in it as well. Half has got a silent L in. Dad cut the sandwich in half. There we go, there's the sandwich. It's cut in half with a silent L. Calf, we saw the picture of the calf, which is so cute. The calf is eating next to the cow, next to her mum, the calf with a silent L in it. Walk has got a silent L in it. Yes, I bet you didn't even realize that. There she is, she's going for a walk. The children walk down the street. Talk. Did you know that had a silent L in it? We talk to our friends on the phone. Talk. Now let's see if you can tell me which column these words are going to go into. The silent K column, the silent W column, the silent B, or the silent L. Let's have a look at the first one. Wrap. Yeah, well done. It went into the silent W. Knee. Where do you think that's going to go? Silent? Ooh, quite correct. Silent K in knee. Climb. Which of those letters is the silent one? Yes, you're right. It's the B. Climb. And talk. Which one has got the silent? Which one is the silent letter? The T, the A, the L, or the K? Yes, it's the L. Very good. Knit. What is the silent letter there? Knit. Did you hear the K? No, because it was silent. Let's see. Knit. Silent K. Walk. Walk and talk. Rhyme. It has the silent L. Very good. Wrist. I hurt my wrist. Which is the silent letter? Yes, the W. Very good. Lamb. Silent B at the end. Knock. Which one's the silent one? Yes, it's the first K. Knock. Half. It's the L. Very good. You guys are amazing. You know all these silent letters. Thumb. Which one's the silent one? The B. Yes. And wrong. Which one's the silent one? The W. Well done. Let's read through the silent K words. Knee, knock, and knit. The silent W words. Wrap, wrist, wrong. The silent B words. Climb, lamb, thumb. And the silent L words. Talk, walk, half. I am so impressed. You are very clever, grade 2s. Well done. And next time you see a silent letter in one of your reading books, I want you to point it out to your teacher or to mom or dad. They're going to be so impressed at how clever you are. So well done. Thank you for watching Grade 2s. This lesson was brought to you by WorksheetCloud and by myself, Mrs. Greenwood. Have a wonderful day. Bye.